on, England! Come on! Oh, what a night. What a performance. It was for me. It was my favourite type of football. Edgy. Like a chess game. Both teams, who's gonna crack first? Who's gonna make the change first? Both defended well at times. Both goalkeepers pulled off good saves. Both missed some good chances. England, for the first time in knockout football in my life, I've seen us have almost 50-50 possession. We've not been overtly outplayed. We weren't being peppered for large periods of the game. And this is Germany. Let's just put this into context right now. Germany have not lost a game at the knockout stages of a tournament before the semi-finals. Ever. Ever. Never, ever. It's the earliest they've ever gone out in the knockout stages. England, their first win against a big nation in the knockout stages in 90 minutes since 1990. The first time ever in the Euros. 4 games on the bounce, not conceded. And Gareth Southgate, I was very scathing of him towards the beginning of this tournament. Do I think he's a world-class manager? No. But the negativity I saw before kickoff towards the starting lineup, I actually saw one. I need to read this. I heard someone say, no one wins anything starting 2 right-backs, 2 centre-backs, 1 left-back, 2 DMs. They said it was disgusting. That's exactly what Thomas Tuchel picked to win the Champions League final. And today we saw England put one of their best performances in game management, ball retention. We weren't overtly expansive. Was it entertaining from a gun-ho point of view? No. But why on God's green earth were we going to do that against the Germans, the old enemy when it comes to football, one of the most efficient and deadly teams at the knockout stages for the last 100+ years? It was an impeccable display, and at the right time, Southgate brings on the game changer in Jack Grealish. We start to open up, and then the goals are there. And what wonderful team goals they were. Brilliant play from Sterling into Harry Kane. Had an awful game, by the way, to begin with. He gets the ball. He plays it to Jack Grealish, and there was a delay. Did you see that delay? The little delay. And then he plays it out to Luke Shaw. I'm chuffed. I'm over the moon for Luke Shaw, picking up his assist. I'm getting Raheem Sterling knighted. Raheem Sterling is being knighted after this tournament. This is real. This is England now. And Raheem Sterling is the poster boy of England. And I'm fighting for that boy. Puts it away. 3rd goal of the tournament. Carnage in the stadium. Carnage at home. Woke the kids up. Don't care. Don't care. Then go back to sleep. Put the white noise on. Sorted. Blackout blinds. They're away. And then we carried on playing. We got very, very lucky. We got very lucky. Muller should have scored. But do you know what? I've seen England go out with bad luck in the past. So I don't care. And then we see it again. Brilliant play from Luke Shaw into Jackie Grealish. He squares the ball. And I am so happy for Harry Kane because he's had a stinker of a tournament. And could that be his awakening? Could it be his awakening now? Are we about to see Harry Kane come to life? Because if Kane comes to life now, it's coming home. It's coming home. If Kane's on form now, it's coming home. You will see a more expansive England in the next couple of games. You really, really will. Shout out to the defence tonight. Harry Maguire. Oh, Harry. Best centre back in England. Don't even test me. Colossal tonight. But Jones was good. Walker was good. Trippier was good. Luke Shaw did better in the second half, especially going forward. But Pickford, man like Terrace, bruv. Terrace, Pickford. Loves an international tournament. Forget his form for Everton. Forget him in the qualifiers. Pickford at tournaments. Ledge. But to me, the man of the match today is Gareth Southgate. Got everything spot on when to make the... He didn't sub 2 holding midfielders off because they were booked at half-time. Wankers! To people that say that bullshit. 97.7% of the time, they don't get a second yellow card. Perfect from him. And I've got a message to all the negative guys. I've got a message to all the negative people that... You ain't got to rate and think Southgate's amazing, but all the people that, oh, we're going to lose. This is a disgusting lineup. This little montage is for you. Well done, Southgate, tonight. No more now for the rest of this tournament. You could be critical after a game, but before a game, it's party time now. It's party time for this nation. We deserve, this country, we had a lot of crap the last 5-6 years, like other parts of the world, but I'm here, mate. We had crap. This team is leading us forward. The England team and everything about them, let's get behind them now. 100% support, 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 support. We just made history tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We made history. Let's celebrate it. Let's have a little drink. I'm drinking wine because I'm on a diet, but I'm over the moon. We're going to start bringing the boys on one by one to have their say now. Oh, I'm so happy. There are some super chats. I have missed them. I'm really sorry. I'm going to read them out now. I don't want to miss them all. One here says, every team from the group of death is now been knocked out. This is absolutely true. Artem says, congrats to England. Great win. Germany was so poo. My boy Havertz didn't have a great game. I thought Kai Havertz was excellent today, by the way. Germany's best player by far, along with Hummels. I didn't think you had terrible performances. Could have had an assist if Werner and Muller had finished. Muller was a miss. You got to give Pickford credit for that save. Jerome here says, it's coming home, Terry. I hope so. I truly hope it is. But make sure that like button is being smashed, people. Let's give it a little smash now. I want to say as well, commiserations to the Germans, because they are half of the reason why today's game was so amazing, why there's such exhilaration, why there's such passion now, and fair play to them for making it. It was a great tactical game of football. If you love football and you didn't enjoy tonight, wrong sport for you. Last night was the excitement and terrible defending and loads of mistakes that made all them goals. Tonight, barring a few little mistakes that got rectified, it was almost impeccable football by both nations. And that's why it feels even better that England got themselves through it. Well done, Southgate. Well done, Sir Raheem Sterling. Well done, Jackie Grealish. Well done to Harry Kane. Well done to every single fan who supported this nation today. Commiserations to the Germans, but we move. First on the show, I'm going to go to Jem. Jem looks like he's at a box park or something here. Wait,
come on, Terry! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England!
Pray for the international rivals. Pray for the international rivals.
What are we fucking saying? What a performance from our boys. Oh, yeah. Terry, what a performance.
Absolutely quality, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing. What was the atmosphere like in there when them 2 goals went in?
Terry, you want to see the atmosphere? Here you go, bro. Look. Look.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that.
Your audience, bro.
Look at that. Quality, mate. Look at that. We love to see it. Jem, go enjoy yourself, bro. Go have a good time. And we'll catch up with you again soon. Top man. Thank you. Next on the show, KJ is here. He didn't play false 9, but he got the all-important opening goal tonight. Raheem Sterling, man of the match for most. KJ, give me your thoughts, bro.
Come on, man. Come on. Flipping, come on. Flicking, I told you about Sterling in that position, bro. Scoring all of our goals. Also, just shout out, yo, Muller, I dare you to wink again. Fam, wink again, Muller. Oi, take your wink all the way back to Munich, my friend. Oh, what was that, bro? Look at that miss. Yo, fam, oi, just a little, oi, there, wink again, bro. You fool, bro. Ah, bro, I am so gassed, bro. I am so gassed. I know I came into this very skeptical about if we could do this. I actually didn't even complain about the lineup. If you look at my tweet, I said, yo, listen, he's trying something. I respect. I said, yo, Southgate, fair play. He's trying to do something. I'll talk afterwards. And it worked. It flipping worked. Half time. I said he needs to earn his money. He earned it. He got into Phillips and Rice's head, told him to chill, just play conservative, play calm. Make sure you got just tackles are perfect. They did that. No sending off. He made the change. Jack Grealish, game changer, bro. Come in. That's what we needed. Luke Shaw with a beautiful assist. Raheem, the dream. Sterling, bruv. Getting the goal. And you know what? Yeah, I was cussing Kane all game. I was cussing him all game. But you know what? He did what he needed to do. He got the goal that sealed the win. That's what I need to know. Man, I am so gassed. I am Southgate, my brother. I am not gonna cuss you for the rest of the tournament. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let you do your thing and enjoy with the ride, innit? And if you go out, yeah, we can have our discussion. But from now on, it's coming home, Terry. Let's flipping go.
Do you know what I want to say about the Southgate thing? He may not be looked at as world class. He may not be even able to win us this tournament. He has done something tonight that only one manager, and that was Sir Bobby Robson, who's one of the greatest managers that this country's ever produced, and Sir Alf Ramsey have done. He's beaten a big nation in 90 minutes in a knockout competition. I know we're looked at as a big country for football because we're England, but as a nation, I know we've won a World Cup, but our pedigree and our performances at Euros, especially, have been dead for 60, 70, 80 years. To do what we did tonight in itself is party time. It is festival time because we've just never, ever, ever, ever done this. And we deserved it. It wasn't like a scrappy 1-0 smash and grab. We were excellent to a man tonight. And what I've been really impressed with is a different formation, a different use of players again. We still look fresh. We've still got the likes of Mount, who's missed 2 games now. You've got Grealish that's barely at any game time. There's all this quality still to come into this tournament. I mean, how do you rate our chances now of making the final from this point?
You've got to say it's very high. You've got to say, on our side, we are the strongest team on our side. We are now favourites to go to the final from our side. Hands down. Again, being favourites comes a whole different challenge altogether on our side. A whole different challenge. And hopefully the boys can take that weight and go forward with it and embrace it. But you've got to say, out of all the teams left, it will be us, then Denmark after that, and then whoever else is left and up from our side. But we've got such a good chance, and I just want to see us get to that final. I want to see us get to the final so bad. Like the way that France are out, Portugal, Germany, that group of death gone. This is anyone's tournament. And for now to say that we have no chance still, you're capping. You're capping. If you say England still have no chance with all those guys gone, you are capping, bruv. We have a good chance.
Absolutely. KJ, we'll get you back on with the panel real soon. Top man, enjoy it. Trace here says, as an Aussie from English ancestry, football is the only sport I'll support England in unless they are playing the Socceroos. It's coming home. Thank you, Trace. Remember, any super chats over the value of £5 tonight, we will, of course, put your name into the prize draw to win a football shirt of your choice at the end of June. Anyone who signs up to our membership program at the Football Terrace, your name goes in automatically as well. Thank you very much, Trace, for that. We're going to get man like Canadian Cam on next to have you say Kesh is backstage, Tom Little. Then we're bringing the panel on. Then we're going to go to your calls. It's party time in England, baby. We just sunk the Germans. And I'll tell you, I want to cry. My whole life, Germany have killed me at tournaments. And I've got a lot of German friends. My next door neighbour's German. It's all. I can't wait to go around there later. I'm coming. Get the strudel on. I'm coming over. Get that strudel on. I'm on my way round for a bit of strudel. I've got some super chats I've got to do here. Mark says, the old adage, you build from the back. We're hard to beat. Managers used to say, don't concede and we will not lose. Then let the magicians up the top do the business. We defend hard and we've always got a chance. And we did defend well tonight. And even when we were penetrated, who stepped up? Pickford, absolutely bang on. Lions, excellent. Sterling, man of the match. Havertz played well. I thought Havertz did very, very well tonight. Make sure you're all hitting that like button for us, though, please, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very important to the Terrace that you hit that like button now. You share the stream on your social media platforms. Jerome says, big up to Pickford. He was outstanding. Yes, he was. Say it again. Preach, preach, preach. I was legit telling him he's been England's best player. Literally a minute he scores the goal. People need to respect Sterling. On Raheem Sterling, and I'm not going to go to Canadian Cam. So much abuse every time he's been named to the starting lineup. What else has he done? I'll tell you what he's done. He's put England into the quarterfinals of the tournament. He's one of the highest goal scorers in the tournament. He's Sir Raheem Sterling. He is getting knighted. At the end of this tournament, Raheem Sterling is going to be knighted. I want a fucking statue of this man outside Wembley. One of the best talents that this country has ever produced. Respect him. He is the epitome of what England has been for the past, growing into in the last 100 years. I love it. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. Raheem Sterling, you might play for Man City. During the season, you're a dickhead, bruv. Now you're an England player. I fucking love you. 100%. Love you, brother. Well done. Congratulations. Got your back every step of the way. Remember, fuck the sun. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Thank you, my guy Sam, for becoming a squad member of the Football Terrace. Kieran says, the way we were playing, I could genuinely sense a win. I wasn't nervous in the second half. I weren't nervous either. I didn't want to tweet it. I didn't even want to chant anything going wrong, but 100%. My son said he hasn't seen me this excited about a game in ages. Well, Maria, that's because you're a Spurs fan, to be fair. Buzzing right now. It's coming home. Absolutely. Selection with another super chat says, year of the underdogs, great win. Still don't see us winning it, but this was a major psychological block we just took down. Happy for Sidegate. Listen, the amount of people that should be saying sorry right now on socials to that man, it is unbelievable. All you super chatters, your names are going into the prize draw. Canadian Cam is here with me now, and I'm going to slow down my speech as I'm going to have no voice left. Canadian Cam is here. England through to the quarterfinals. Give me your thoughts, brother.
What I tell you, no jaded eyes. From the start of this tournament, I have told you guys, have some faith in this team. Have some faith in this team. At the end of the day, the most decorated team out there. You have the players. You have the match winners. Raheem Sterling. I don't care. Yes, sure. During the season, he misses some sitters, whatnot, but he's been a match winner. Harry Kane, we know, is a match winner. Pickford, when he plays for England, match winner. The way Southgate plays football is meant for tournament football. So everybody who is talking about Southgate's defensive style is not going to get us through X, Y, Z. It's working. He did a great job. So he knew exactly when he needed to change the game, and he changed it in a great way. Luke Shaw looks phenomenal today. That as soon as he intercepted that pass, I knew there was a goal coming. It was just like they were so backed up, and there's nothing to do. Everybody was turned. And then the last thing I'm going to say, Harry Maguire haters. Just stop now. It's getting embarrassing. I go at people on Twitter for it. They're like, there's 10 better CBs in the Prem than him, naming Lindelof, Twenzebe on his own. He's better than, there's people saying Saliba and Gabriel are better than Maguire. People saying Matt is better. Shut up. Get over yourselves. Who cares about the price anymore? Harry Maguire is one of the best defenders in the world. I'm going to put him in the top 10. I don't care what people say. If you can name me 10 better, then cool, but I don't think you'll be able to. He's proven it time and time again. At the end of the day, he's a very good center back. Yes, he's not super elite because he doesn't have the pace in certain things, but he's great. He's great, and he's proving it for England. He's proved it when he didn't play for United. Look what happened to our defense. You know what I mean? So just stop with the hate at this point. England, I'm never going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. England aren't the underdogs, in my opinion. They are now the favorites to make it to the final. They were the favorites, in my opinion, beforehand. I've stuck to my guns on this one. And just be happy, man. I love seeing you guys all pumped up. Yesterday, I was telling you guys, get excited because I think this team's going to do something special. I don't know if they're going to win, but I do think they're going to make it to the final because I think at this stage you got through Germany. You had to beat Germany. You had to beat somebody. Like you said, you had to beat a big team. Now these other teams, there should be an air of confidence. There should be an air of, listen, we're just better than you, and we're going to do it.
It's a psychological barrier. There's a comment that we put up a few moments ago. Southgate's one of the first managers ever. Well, I think the first England manager ever to win knockout games inside 90 minutes in both the World Cup and the Euros. England don't have a pedigree at international tournaments, even though we won it in Euro 96. Listen, Sweden and Ukraine, it's going to be in Copenhagen. Rome, it's going to be a very difficult game. There is no doubt about it. It's going to be a difficult game. But we're the favourites for it. If we can get ourselves through that, it's semi-final, potentially a final at Wembley in front of about 75,000 English men, women, and children. We have to be considered one of the favourites from this point. The psychological barrier has been broken. But my hope is now we see a festival. We see a festival in England. We get behind this tournament like we did in 1996, one of the greatest summers of my childhood, like we did when the Olympics was 2012 was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life, especially with it being literally where I was born and brought up. And I want that same atmosphere now. I'm going to push it. Negativity can do one. It's all about being positive. Cam, if you're about, we'll get you back on with everybody really, really soon. Top man. Thank you. Thank you, my guy. Mark here with another super chat says, one thing I need to credit for is since he took over, he has so much pride in the players have for the badge and the shirt. You can see it in them. You can see the fans also care again. Remember when we were under Capello, Eriksson, Hodgson. I think by the time it got to Hodgson, Steve McLaren, Hodgson, there was a lot of people that were despondent with England. There was no doubt about it because we were going backwards. We had so much talent and we weren't producing. So I totally understand that. But everybody's behind England now, and it's amazing to see. And to my Raheem Sterling comments, I stand by it. We are a nation. We're a multicultural nation, and for me, I'm so proud to see so many different heritages, like lineal heritages, line up and sing the national anthem. Wear these three lions with pride. It's what this country has always been built upon for hundreds and thousands of years, and it's so much crap that people like Raheem Sterling get from idiots, from certain media outlets, from certain England fans, and to see them flourish and to see them as the heroes, honestly, it fills my heart with so much emotion. It's unbelievable, especially where I come from and where I grew up. So seeing it is just a potent feeling for me. And I want it for them. I want it for them so much, because I think the moments like this can change so many opinions, so many attitudes in this country. Sport can bring so many people together, and I just want that for my country, because at our core, of course, the government, but so many people are good people, and I want this so much. Grey Wolf Dinner says, Gareth Southgate has shut up so many haters. He's the greatest England manager of my lifetime. The tactics spot on. Should we keep 3-4-3 or go back to 4-3-3? Grey Wolf Dinner, we'll ask that to the panel when they come on. That's a panel question. That's a big debate there. Smash that like button. Let's go past 1,000 likes tonight for Raheem Sterling, for Harry Kane, for Southgate, for Jackie Grealish, who's becoming a bit of a Beckham, I have to say. My mum texted me earlier. She went, who's that little fitty that's just come on? My mum talked to me like that. I was like, nice. Yeah, I think he likes an older woman, though. You never know. Listen, Kesh is here with me now. What are you saying, Kesh?
Bruv, like I said, who are the Germans, bruv? Why are we fearing them? Why are we fearing the Germans? Tell me. Listen, out of all the games we've played in this competition, the way Gareth Southgate set up, is football suited to play against Germany? I was speaking to friends and they're saying, we need to open up, be more expansive. No, because that's when you play into their hands. Keep it tight. Last 25 minutes, I said it as well. I said, guys are saying, bring on Grealish now at half time. I was like, no, wait till the last 25 minutes. That's when you do it. You bring the likes of Sancho or Grealish on, and then that's when you see the super subs and they go and make their mark. Came on, made his mark. We're fucking going to the final, bruv. We're going to the final. We're going to do it. Let's start fucking believing now.
Yes. I mean, you saw my message. I don't really talk about what goes on in the group chat. I was actually frustrated earlier. I put a message in just saying, like, fuck the negativity, I'm off. I'll see you guys at full time. It wasn't just like our group chat. I couldn't believe it. The lineup came out. Do you know the biggest thing that did my head in? It's what I've realized today about football. People know tactics. People understand football. It's a fashion parade. We started with 2 right backs, 2 centre backs, the left back, and 2 DMs. Mm-hmm. So I saw the same people that love Thomas Tuchel doing that moan that England are doing it, and I'm thinking to myself, is it because one is a in vogue fashionable manager and the other one isn't? It was the same system. It was the same lineup. Anyone who plays 3 at the back goes to 5 at the back when they defend and 3 at the back when they attack. People go 5 at the back or 7 defenders. No, because your fullbacks defend and attack. Because look how involved Luke Shaw was with both goals. The negativity was doing my brain in. And I wasn't confident we'd 100% win because we're playing the Germans. I knew you were. But you know what? You don't, even if you're scared or nervous or you're not sure about something, our job is to support. And I just thought to myself, you're all I couldn't understand it. And listen, people like yourself and a handful of others that were really confident or just positive before the game. Fair play to you. I know you're enjoying it a lot more than other people that have got a bit of egg on their face, mate. And you said we can go all the way now. Do you think beating the Germans tonight will be that catalyst, that confidence boost to really make these England players believe that they can dine at the table with the other big nations left?
Terry, I'm telling you, this is going to be a lift for these players. These players are going to start to get that enthusiasm that they've never had before. You've gone and beaten one of the most prestigious international teams. You've done what no others have done before you. That can only breed confidence in you. And with the teams that we've got on our side, listen, it's over to us. We need to suck up the pressure and show that we are a nation that can change our history and go on and do something great. It's as simple as that.
110%, bro. I'll get you back on with the panel real soon, brother. Nice to see you donning that shirt as well, my bro. Speak to you in a few seconds. We've got my favorite non-Englishman backstage, man like Neeks, coming on very, very soon. But before Neeks, we're going to go to man like Tom Little, another one of the positive England fans. What you saying, bro?
I told you yesterday, it's coming home. These boys, oh, what a performance. Sterling, quality. The entire defence was quality. Man of the match, Jordan Pickford. What a performance from him in goal. Made a number of good saves. Put Thomas Muller off. When Thomas Muller missed that chance, I sat there and went, it won. It's written in the stars. It's like when Jesse Udek pulled off that wonder save in the final. You just know at that point the footballing gods want you to win. We've got a positive run to the final now. Who's going to stop us? I've just witnessed the Gareth Southgate masterclass with my own eyes. I don't know what to do with myself. Genius from. Do you
know what it was from a tactical point of view? That's why I wasn't, when I first saw the game, in fairness, first 10, 15 minutes, I thought, oh no, because the Germans had a lot of the ball. But then we came into it, we had 15 minutes and it was a to and fro in. We didn't overtly press. We weren't overly expansive, but we did well. We had our moments. I saw at one point, I listened to Jermaine Genius. He was saying, look how high the fullbacks are for Germany when they're in possession. We've got to do the same. We did do the same. There were even times where I saw Trippier, especially, like more in an inside forward role when it was Saka that was out wide. And we caused problems, and we probably should have taken the lead. I mean, look, Germany had two proper chances. They had the Werner one-on-one and the Muller one-on-one, and a great shot from Kai Havertz. I think both teams had about the same amount of chances up until our goals as one another. And the Germans are bloody good. They've never been knocked out in the knockout stages before the semis before. It's just ingrained in them to be efficient. It's why I buy their cars, because you know they're going to work and run well. But it was a tactical masterclass, and he brought Grealish on, and that was the time for England to open up. And it seemed like within minutes, I know it was a little bit longer than minutes, but it felt like within minutes of Grealish coming in onto the field. And in fact, it was 6 minutes after Grealish coming on, we score a goal. And of course, Grealish is part of that. The team is part of it. But that is Gareth Southgate, right? He deserves the credit for it.
It's brilliant from everyone on that pitch today. Played the heart out, and I'm happy. I couldn't have been more proud to be an Englishman with all of them. They put the heart out on the line. They got us a brilliant result. And you know what? Raheem Sterling's sound. Never disliked them ever. Never disliked Raheem Sterling's sound.
I bet, mate. Look, we'll get you back on with the panel soon. Top man, Tom. Thank you very much indeed. Are we going to get Neeks on now to have you say? Give me your thoughts, brother.
I'm just happy that there's a lot of players and the manager who have just proved a lot of people wrong. As I said, everyone came into this tournament and this game, and when I say this tournament, not even just as England, with their minds made up already. That team's winning it 100%. That team's going to get knocked out. This manager ain't good enough. That one's getting sacked. That player shouldn't be here. This one should. Everyone can have an opinion 100%, but nothing in football is so certain. And I saw some tweets during the game. I'm thinking, are people watching the game? Why is Sterling still on the pitch? I'm thinking, Sterling's England's best attacker out there. But it's fashionable to say Sterling's not good enough. Sterling needs to come off. I don't have an issue getting Grealish on. Of course, get Grealish on at some point. But it's like every little minute decision that the manager makes is questioned, is leapt upon. Like, listen, everyone's has their opinion, but Gareth Southgate knows more about football than me and you. He's forgot more about football than me and you could know. For everything that he's gone through, and I just think you have to respect the opposition. So he goes there with a 3 at the back, 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it, and everyone says, "Oh, it's so defensive." So what about Germany? Is Germany's defensive? Oh, England's going to stink out the game. Are Germany stink out the game? Where is the knowledge that there's actually two teams on the pitch? And the job out there is actually to win the game, not to please the Twitter bots or the social media heads. Gareth Southgate today proved a lot of people wrong. Of course, Grealish may need to start. You might think, oh, he should start, etc., etc. But today it worked. He started with the team that he started with. You could have said, oh, yeah, let's get off a defender and bring on an attacker. But then Germany might have scored. No, he said, you know what? I trust my defense and my attack to do their job. I trust my attack more than their attack against our defense. And he took off Saka, who wasn't having a bad game.
but he wanted something a bit different and brings on Grealish and he makes a difference. And for me personally, I'm looking at people like Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, who people are struggle to give them praise. And today, I mean, Maguire was colossal at the back, absolutely colossal. Won every, I think 6 out of 6 duels, won every single header. He should have scored from one of his headers, but won every single duel. Luke Shaw involved in both goals. As I said, a lot of players proved a lot of people wrong, and the manager massively. And Harry Kane, we know he's not having a great tournament. There's nothing can be said about that. But I said it matches ago. It seems like weeks ago. If England are going to do anything in this tournament, Harry Kane has to start scoring. Whether he plays well or not, he has to start scoring because no one else in this team is a proven goal scorer. Now, of course, Sterling's got 3 goals. Great tournament he's having. But the goal from Kane is probably the most important thing, other than the win, that England's got today. Because if they're going to win this tournament, Kane has to have a good tournament from here on in. And to score the final goal to kind of seal it off against Germany in a knockout round, massive moment for England, massive moment for Kane. So, yeah, congratulations to England. I expect the pressure's on now. I expect England to be in that final. England have to be in that final. And if they're not, then serious questions have to be asked.
From this, and that's where if we mess up from this point and don't make the final, I'd be disappointed because we're the best team left inside this half of the tournament. There's no doubt about it. But I had someone like tweet me here saying either you're on drugs or need to be on drugs. Southgate nearly effed it up today. You need to start Jack Grealish next game. This just shows me that people play too much computer games or they listen, or they just eye test merchants because I understood. Me and my brother had a long conversation today. I thought Mount would have been in the team because we might have wanted his press and his work rate on top of his footballing ability. But when I saw the lineup tonight, I knew what we were looking to do. Stifle Germany as best we can and break on them when we can. And equally, you knew Jack Grealish was coming on, but it was at the right time. Maybe when the Germans are slowed a bit, when they're a little more tired, and he got it right. The point is, no Englishman worth his salt. No English woman worth her salt. No English child. No them, no they, no whoever you are, right? Would replay that game now with Jack Grealish starting the match.
You can't.
We got it spot on. Tournament football is not about starting your best players. In fact, no football has ever been about starting your best players in every position, every single game. Football isn't won that way. It's horses for courses. Are we going to play the same formation, same players if we play Sweden or Ukraine? No. Because it's a different team we're up against. You have to go against it differently. And that's where Southgate has been brilliant so far this tournament. And I've held back from saying it because I didn't want to tempt fate. He's used different people in different systems. We've still got, I believe, a relatively fresh squad now moving into these potential last 3 games. Nick, going to get you on with everybody else really soon. We have shared the link. Cheers, bro. We've shared the link on the Discord server if you want to phone up and have your say. But if you didn't see it earlier, before we bring the panel on, we made a little video for all the Southgate doom and gloomers, all the lineups. Honestly, if I own Twitter, is it Dempsey, Mr. Dempsey that owns Twitter? Please ban people for criticizing starting lineups. It ruins the party, bruv. It's honest to God. It ruins the party before it's even started. You know, that one friend that's always negative. Oh, it's going to be a crap night. It's like, you're making it crap. This is for you. Panel is on now. Sorry, I had to do it, boys. It just honestly, I was so angry before kickoff because I just want to party. It's party day today. Do you know what I mean? It's party day. But we're through to the next round, and obviously, I want to go through a series of questions with you. Get your super chat questions in as well, please, ladies and gentlemen. We want to know what you got to say. Super chat here says England get to the semis and the final. The English fans with almost a full capacity at Wembley. When they're singing the national anthem, remember Euro 96. That gives England a massive opportunity and chance, and it's why they should be considered favourites. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. This here says, it's coming home, is from Marcus. Thank you very much, Marcus. Why UFC says, England are the only team left in the tournament who have not conceded a single goal. I repeat, not a single goal. Haters out there need to respect Southgate. And that's a great segue into my first question. Is our defence one of the reasons why? I've got to catch first. Is England's strong defence one of the reasons why you make us a top favourite to win this now?
You're muted, bro.
Yeah, for me, tournament football, people need to get it out their head. Listen, I would like us to play a bit more expansive, but in terms of tournament football, you can't expect Guardiola-like football. It's a rugged type of campaign. You got to just make sure you're solid, you're hard to break down. And when you got players like Kane, yes, I don't believe Kane should be there because of the injuries, and you see that from the way he's playing. But he's a great striker, so a chance like that, you finish it, well done. But when you got players like we have up front, you're always going to be within a chance to create a goal to score. And it's about when those moments come, do you take them? And we took them. Normally, it's us that's bottling chances. What you see today is the Germans. They was not efficient today. They didn't take their chances. So, listen, for a change, you got to applaud that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, defensively, though, KJ, like, we obviously have spoken about this a few times on camera and off camera about, Southgate's approach seems very much to be hard to beat, and then you try and win the game. I mean, do you want England to change from that now or just continue what is working?
I think, again, it just goes down to game by game. Like, if you don't pick your best players, you pick your best team, you also then pick your best tactics. So if Southgate goes into the next game where, say, against Sweden, who are going to be sitting back, holding back and waiting for the pressure, getting the pressure on them and countering, that I wouldn't expect Southgate to try and do the same thing like he did against Germany today. That would, for me, that wouldn't make sense. But what we should do is give Southgate credit for the way that we have played throughout the tournament and getting the job done. The only real mar on it during the tournament is the Scotland game, but then there's got circumstances like Scotland being up for it. It's like their World Cup final, their Euros final. So they've got to contend with that as well. But yeah, like what Southgate's done, it's made us solid, something that England not used to. And yes, there were some hairy moments, but shout out to Pickford. Everyone questions Pickford. I question Pickford all the time. Short arms, T-Rex arms, all these things. Where's his distribution? It's nowhere. But he's been absolutely excellent for England this tournament. And you can see that the maturity. You can see the maturity in Pickford now. For some reason, during like campaigns, that goes away. But this is the most mature Pickford and the most trusting of Pickford I've actually ever been, being an England fan and watching football. So yeah, credit to Pickford, credit to the defense, and hopefully they can build on this. And when we need to be expansive and actually go kill the team off and then go revert back to being solid.
Absolutely. And there's, again, mentality is important. Starlord, one of our members here, the comment says, Southgate just said, if we don't win Saturday, this win against Germany means nothing. I like that mentality. And that's it. People may not like his approach because, again, it's fashionable to just want your team to play tiki-taka, fast-paced, heavy metal football, when in fact, winning isn't always done that way. But that's the right mentality because as great as tonight is, I'll still cherish this moment until the day I die. I've never seen us beat Germany in knockout football in my life. I don't think the last time we did it was in the World Cup final in 1966, and that wasn't even Germany. It was West Germany, so it wasn't even the whole Germany. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even the whole country that it is now. So it was a little bit easier then because it was half the country. But it's the right mentality to have. I want to ask you a question, Tom. We had a super chat earlier, and this is an interesting one. Do we stay with the 4-3, with the 3-4-3? We go back to a 4-2-3-1. How do you think tactically and formation-wise we should approach the next couple of games, if indeed if we make it that far?
I think you got to go back to the 4-2-3-1. I think the 3-4-3 was brilliant today. The wing backs of Germany really thrived in the group stages. That was the big issue that we had to deal with, and the 3-4-3 negated that. But it also played into our hands because we weren't the favourites going into today. I don't. Some people will say, "Oh, you are high ranked." No, Germany have more experience, have more pedigree. In that situation, they've got more experience. So it made sense to go in there a bit more conservative. I think, who have we got, Sweden or Ukraine in the next round?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's one where you've got to assert your dominance on them, because they're not going to try and put the impetus on us like Germany did. That's one where you've got to put it on them, not let them breathe. Use the attacking talent you've got, because we've got an abundance of it.
Listen, I mean, we could be up against Isak in the next game. It's going to be an interesting one, no doubt about it, man. Like Isak, we're going to go to some callers very soon. We want to know what you're thinking and feeling. The panel, we're going to answer your questions as well. Comment here says, you celebrating like you won the trophy. Lol. That just sets up a classic England choke. And I want to watch you guys bash the manager again when you choke.
We can't be happy, can we, Terry?
Sweden. Of course, I'll probably criticize the manager. I'm sure we all will.
We're the only nation that can't celebrate a
my
win.
life beating a big nation in a knockout tournament. It's the first time since my dad, who was nearly 70, was a child, right, that we've beaten Germany in a knockout stage of a competition. This is party time. This is party central. And it's not even shameless to celebrate it. If you're not happy right now as an England fan, an English person, there is something wrong with you. And if you're not English and you're like bitter about it, you don't like the nation, footballing wise, I'm talking here.
Prime.
Bro. Suck it up. Tonight
Prime's riding him.
In a league game. I'm celebrating. I'm drinking. I'm partying. It's happy days. Another super chat says, I just watched Sky Sports report nothing about Sterling, just Kane scoring and the size of the crowd and the young player in Jack. Why do you guys hate Sterling? Listen, Sky Sports, loose connection still to the Sun and all them Man News Corp and all that. I ain't getting involved with those guys. I'm not involved. All I can tell you is this. The football terrace community loves Raheem Sterling. We love Raheem Sterling. I'm sure. Nick, do you love Raheem Sterling?
Jamaica born Raheem Sterling, of course.
Yeah, man. Come on now.
That's
Jamaica
Jenna.
Exactly. Jamaica born, British. I don't know what the word is, like bred, because he's
Raised.
raised. That's what I'm looking for. And that's what I said earlier. Like, and I'm not even, you know me, boys, I'm not a virtue signaler, but that's what I love about this country. Like, this is what I love about it. It's like you've got this, people that are born in different parts of the world, or their mums and dads were, grandparents were. That's what this country is. That's what East London, where I'm from, is what the majority of this country is about. And I love seeing it. And you know what? There is going to be a few people, Raheem Sterling's taking knee. Fuck them. They're like minority, bro. I don't want to chat to them, man. Idiots. Sir Raheem Sterling, by the way, on the football terrace. That's the only way you're allowed to refer to him on here now. No doubt about it whatsoever. We're going to go to some calls. I want to know what some of the viewers here are thinking and feeling and saying. Pose their questions here. Turn me up, baby. Let's go. That's Blaze all day in the house. Go on, my brother. I'm sure you're having a Blaze right now as well, my friend. It's party night. It's party time. It's red panty night as well. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Have a baby coming tonight. That's all I'm saying. Right, first on the show, we're going to go to, not seen him in a while. I thought he'd done an Adanovsky and gone to another channel, but here he is. Brandon's here. He's an Arsenal fan, and it's probably the first time we're ever going to see him happy on the terrace. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, buzzing. You're right, though. You are right. It's probably the first time you see me happy, but I've got to admit, Terry, when the team lineup came out, I, like 90% of people, was probably like, oh, come on, three at the back. But it wasn't even so much the way we set up. It was more, I didn't know which midfielder would be able to hold the ball. You know how, like Jack Grealish, for example, you can give Jack Grealish the ball and he will win you fouls high up the pitch. He holds it well. He knows when to give. And I didn't see any of that in Declan Rice and Phillips. So I was quite worried. But you got to admit, mate, Southgate got it spot on. He got it spot on. I thought Harry Kane, mate, I like KJ. I see KJ's tweets as well. We was both screaming for him to come off at half time. Mate he was doing John Cena. Where am I? But,
you can't see me.
I couldn't see him.
He turned up in the end. So
Can I ask you a question about Harry Kane quickly? Do you feel like this could be the turning point now? Because if Harry Kane switches on from this point, it could legitimately be coming home.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I've already rang my boss and booked the Monday off, mate, because I fully expect to be in a pub pissed up somewhere on that Sunday in the final. Genuinely, and I genuinely think that, like you say, if Harry Kane can turn up from now on, it could be coming home, mate. It could be coming home.
There we go. Brandon, thanks very much for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate it, bro. Top man. Remember, any questions that you want to post to the Terrace, super chat them in. Any over that £5 or $5 or $5 Canadian or $5 US mark, your name goes into the prize draw to win a football shirt of your choice.
Terry, can I just say as well quickly?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
Is that obviously Southgate played the five at the back today. And as much as England been very good defensively in the tournament, today wasn't a case of like sit back and like, you're playing a Man City or a Spain, sit back on the edge of your box and hit them on a counter. England were not dominating possession, but it was 50-50 pretty much all game up until England actually took the lead. And then they sat back and said, all right, you need to come on to us. So even when you play, as you said earlier, Southgate plays 5 at the back and it's seen as defensive. Tuchel plays 5 at the back and everyone loves it. It's seen as progressive. That's how we're going to win the game. So he just has more. Obviously, the midfield 2, you're looking at who's going to progress the ball. I get that. But he says, more defenders on the pitch. But I still want us to keep the ball. I still want to try and create, because every time the England did break, Germany still had 3 or 4 men back every time. So you couldn't just break on them like, say, Man United do against a Man City. You still had to progressively build up. And I think even when you got the 5, you can still attack well. And I think England did that with just solidity behind them.
You were spot on. These are the heat maps. So this is the touches from our fullbacks. The majority of the touches today from our fullbacks were in the opponent's half. So I am sick. I'm legitimately sick to my back teeth of every time an unfancied manager plays 3-4-3. 5 at the back, guys, negative. It's not. It's 5 at the back when you defend, and it's 3 at the back when you attack. It's the way it works. And the touches of these players, as we can see here, the touches of these players demonstrate it wasn't a negative performance lineup or structure. It was a conservative one, because if we opened up and were all guns blazing against one of the most prolific and one of the most successful knockout nations in the history of sport, we might have got beat. So what do people? Sometimes I feel like people almost want to goad Southgate into doing something mad so he loses so they can say he's crap. I almost feel like they were angry because they were like, we've got a much better chance of winning playing like this. And that triggers me more because I want him gone. That's honestly what I think comes from, not everyone, but some people, that desperation for Southgate to lose is weird to me. Like, it's a crazy one. Super Chat here says, remember I said Raheem Sterling will be the top scorer for England. No one wanted it to be. Anytime Sterling is dribbling on players, he will score. Raz is good. Sterling's class, bruv. I love him in an England shirt. And Dougie here says, shocking result. What dimension are you living in? Congratulations to y'all. Enjoy the moment. We had another super chat as well. We had a member that joined up here. We have a member that joined up. I know we did have another super chat. My guy, Mr. Bond, says, amazing win. In hindsight, tactics were spot on. Graham Souness. Gareth Southgate wants to avoid what happened with Croatia at the World Cup. By the way, Terry, you promised us.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said if Germany won, I'd wear lederhosen.
And if England won, you'll sing, you do the John Barker.
I will sing. I've got to learn. I don't know the lyrics well enough. I will sing it before the next England game in the preview. We're going to do previews for the quarterfinals and beyond. I will sing the John Barnes rap live on the Football Terrace. But it had to be a donation that we can give to charity. £100 is the donation. If it comes in, give it to charity.
I'll tell you, I feel like we have to go bigger than that, bro. For £100 donation to charity as well. England just won. England just beat Germany in a knockout round. You can't just sing World in Motion by itself. You have to wear a lederhosen and sing the World in Motion.
Okay, I will wear a lederhosen and sing World in Motion if somebody donates £250 and we'll obviously push that on to a charity. Somebody
150.
I'll do it for I'll do it for 200. Listen, it's a charity. Right? I did 200. That's a lot for me to do, and it's a singular payment. That's it. It's a big one. Anyone want to do it? Or if you like do a collective as a group, but you mention what it's for, then maybe we'll do it. But it's a charity, that part. So go. Also, put some respect on Luke Shaw's name. Mourinho is in the mud today.
Yes.
No doubt about it whatsoever. I wanted to speak a little bit about Raheem Sterling next. What's next for him, what we're going to do, and Harry Kane from an attacking point of view. How do we move forward in relation to that? But let's do some calls first of all. We're going to bring on Gooner Express to have his say. How you doing, mate?
Well, I mean, look, I had to come on and take my L. I said England would not win. I said Germany would win the Euros, and that's obviously not the case. So, yeah, I'm going to come on and take the L. I know that a lot of people already are on my case. They're in my DMs trying to get my reactions. But, I mean, look, Germany was shocking today. That's the be-all and end-all. Germany were absolutely shocking. I thought Havertz was just awful. Rudiger was just bad as well. And that's not just down to Germany. That's down to England and the way they played. I think Southgate, I give him a lot of stick. And I'm going to have to take that back as well. Southgate deserves to be the manager for England for the rest of this tournament and for the World Cup. Because, yes, he might not win the Euros, but he should get to a final now. And that's the furthest England have been in how long? In a tournament such as the Euros or World Cup. So, yeah, I mean, look, England were brilliant. I thought one player that needs to get more respect is Luke Shaw. I thought he was brilliant today. When he for me, built both of those goals. Both of the goals came from Luke Shaw.
Yep.
And the way that Rice was another player, brilliant. He just took the ball from Goretzka and Kroos every single time. He absolutely outclassed, especially Kroos. Kroos could not keep the ball for longer than 5 seconds. And that's down to Declan Rice's pressing. And England, the way they play, the only team I see them slightly struggling with out the teams left in the bracket is Denmark. But Denmark can be beaten if you can just essentially just soak up the pressure. And I think England can do that. Maguire, I thought, was brilliant as well. And Pickford, again, another player that everybody said would struggle. We should play Johnson instead. Oh, we're going to miss Pope, this and that. And Pickford's been brilliant. The save for Werner's shot. Yes, Werner probably could have done better, but you still have to make that save. And he did. And England, for me, look, I'm not going to come on in now and try and say that I'm an England fan or anything. I will back England from this point forward. But I'm not going to celebrate in the way that if England win it, I'm not going to celebrate in the way everyone else will, because I didn't think we'd win it. And obviously, I say we.
Whoa.
You guys.
No. Listen, Good Express, you know I've got a lot of respect for you, brother. You know that. You cannot say we, right?
No. Look. Again, I'm not.
You are not an Englishman.
Bro.
You left us for the Germans because you don't like our FA. You can never say we when it comes to this country, brother.
Look, I'll take. As I said, I'm taking that L. If England win it, I'm not celebrating like everybody else will. I'll be humble about it.
Celebrating? Do you know what? I'm coming to your house. I ain't letting you celebrate, bro. I'm gonna watch.
Bro. I'll be honest.
I'm at the window. I'm like, brother, you ain't celebrating.
I want Saka to win it, innit? I want Saka to win it. As long as Saka wins it, man.
I'm coming for you, Gooner Express. I don't know where you live. I'm gonna have to ring up and stalk you. I'm only joking, my guy. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it,
man. Thank you.
Terry.
I've seen it. The GOAT.
Let's go.
So
Lederhosen, baby.
I'll order the Lederhosen and I will sing the rap part of World in Motion. And obviously we'll donate the money. I'll reach out to you privately as well. And we'll get that done. And I was thinking what charity, and do you know what? Because it's England related, the next super chat that came through says here is £5. I think the Bobby Moore Fund is quite fitting, considering we're talking about England. Obviously, it's a great charity as well. So we'll make sure we get that done. Blaze here as well says towards the charity as well. So all towards that charity there. People are donating, which is really, really nice to see. So top people, we will get that done. We'll get that done. We're not gonna. It's not a cooler as such now. It's not a cooler as such. Let's all be very silent here. He's not in a good way, because his adopted nation went out last night. His adopted nation were beat last night. Igal is here with us now. Igal, what have you got to say?
Yeah, congratulations to you guys. Honestly, really, really well done. And the whole Group F, all the favorites, Portugal, France, Germany, all done. And the other guys on the other side are going to knock themselves out this is probably the best chance you guys ever have to win a major tournament in my lifetime that I've seen. And you know what? Good, fair play on you guys. I absolutely love the fact that Sterling did what he did. Bukayo Saka hype train is still going, and I love it. But you know what? If you guys get to the final, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And if you guys actually win it, it would be because you have the whole nation behind you. And you know what? I don't really mind that. But at the same time, I'm not going to say it because ego taxi. You guys said it, so don't. So I'm not going to say it. But yeah, you already know what it is.
Wait, we can't look forward to the final. We can't look forward to the semis because we're not allowed. Are we not? From your words and your own description, that we need to ground ourselves and make sure that we don't get disappointed because we just set ourselves up to fail. Surely, you saying this goes against what you told us, no?
Listen, I'm gonna be hearing from my neighbors. I'm gonna be hearing all week. So hey, you guys enjoy yourselves. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourselves.
The tune has changed now that someone's team has gone out and the other one has gone through. Nice to see.
Just because our striker can turn up when it matters. But hey, I'm not going to.
Yeah, do you know what though? That was it actually brings us on to a really good kind of point in relation to England moving forward. Like Raheem Sterling now 3 goals, barring being rested at times. He has to start now. You can't be on 3 goals and not start. Harry Kane came up trumps in the end, and I think most of us will. My view is
it's positive.
Yeah, you want to now see what he does from this point. If he can get a goal against Ukraine or Sweden. He's the best striker left in the world in the competition. Mm-hmm. There isn't a better striker left, and we need him on form. What would yourselves do now? So I want to ask this question. I'll put it to KJ first of all. Who comes into our kind of front three? Because Kane and Sterling, do they both stay in? And do you remove Saka? Do you stick with who started today? What would you change for the game against Sweden or Ukraine?
I'll go back to a 4-3-3. I would bring Grealish in the forward line for Saka, or maybe in the midfield for one of the 3 midfielders. Not too sure. Are Rice and Phillips, are they like out because of suspension, or are they cool?
I don't think they were carrying a yellow card. I'll double check.
But say because that would change the team up. But and then I think bring Grealish into the forward line. I feel like you're gonna need to bring a more progressive midfielder in there as well. So you can bring Mason Mount in back. I think bringing Mason Mount back would be cool. Maybe a cheeky Jude Bellingham start against Sweden or Ukraine would work as well. But back 4, Maguire, Stones. As much as I'm not a fan of him, he's performing well. You put Kyle Walker there at right back, and Luke Shaw has to stay at left back. He's producing, he's done well, and he's not really put a foot wrong in my opinion. So just only 1 or 2 changes, change the formation, and hopefully go again and beat whoever we get in the quarters.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, I'm actually intrigued tonight. I might actually just sit down and watch a game of football tonight without doing a reaction to it. Just sit and enjoy it and have a bit of food, because I haven't watched a single game of the Euros yet without working at the same time. But Tom, would you make any changes to the attacking line? I mean, would you give Raheem Sterling a rest, for instance, or is it just a case of he's on a roll, he's riding a wave, you keep him in that starting lineup?
I've been very vocal about my distaste to Raheem Sterling. I will put that to the side for England. I think he has to play. He has to start. He has to play. If you want to take him off and we're winning 2-0, 3-0, if that happens, be my guest. Because he's our most informed attacker at the minute. The one change I would make is, it's not to discredit Bukayo Saka because he had a really good first half. He had a really good game against the Czechs. But you cannot look past Jack Grealish at the minute. He's so creative on that left. He causes so many problems. And he brings Harry Kane into the game. That was what was the main issue with him in the first half. I think he had, I may be wrong, 8 touches or something like that in the first half. When Jack Grealish come on, he was getting the ball more because Grealish is willing to drop in and create with him. So that's why I think Grealish has to play. He's our most creative player. He's been one of our most informed attackers with Sterling. You know, you just got to play him, and it's no issue on Saka because he's been just as good. But you've got to try and get your best players playing well at these stages. And you've got to get the people surrounding them to give them the ball in Harry Kane. And Grealish does that. So that's the only change I'd make.
Yeah, and I hear you on that. I think it's interesting. I wanted to put this up on the screen for a second. These are Harry Kane's touches tonight. And as you can see, only 3 touches in the box in the whole game. and one of them he scores from. You know, if we can start to increase that, and we can start getting him touching that ball in that box 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, the opportunities arise there for Harry Kane to, you know, to go and really do the business for England. And I just hope he kicks on. I almost feel like it's one of those ones. Obviously, if you need him for 90 minutes, you're playing for 90 minutes. But I'd love us to go up against the Ukraine. I'd love us to go up against Sweden, and a little bit like we did it in the World Cup against Sweden, where it was fairly comfortable. We were leading. You can take him off with 20. You can make, because of the 5 subs thing. We have to try and utilize this now. Whether we play the Ukraine or Sweden, I believe we should be winning by the 60th minute. And then you make your changes and you rotate, because it's about being fresh when you get to that semi-final. Because when we play Croatia, we were dead on our feet by then. We'd run Kane into the ground, we'd run Sterling into the ground, we'd run Henderson into the ground, and I think that's where we could really benefit this tournament from that.
Can I say one thing, Terry? I want to big you up because you predicted this today. You said 2-0 victory on Twitter. I seen you do that, and you said you'll take a 2-0. On top of that, this whole tournament, you said that it was going to be about rotation, changing players, and also when it comes to England specifically, if things part ways and you start seeing the big teams fall, why not? And if that does come to fruition, literally just run yourself a victory lap.
Oh, do you know what, mate? Like it's predictions are predictions. You get some right, you get some wrong. I felt like Southgate might get. I'm not even saying a bit. It's not even luck. It's luck from an England point of view, but it isn't our fault that some other nations that on paper are better than us have had bad tournaments. You just can't help that. Do you know what I mean? I remember once one of my, and I always make it about me, but I suppose it's my show. One of the best tournaments I was ever at was an invitational, and I was up against these 3 guys. There's an English guy called Ashley Beck. There was 2 Americans, Matt Emig and Daniel Sterling, and these 3. When I tell you they were a level and a bit above me. It was just a madness. And I was almost a bit embarrassed to be part of this invitational. And I got to the final, and it was 4 of us in this final. It was like Catters and Falls. It wasn't fighting. And 2 of them messed up so bad, fell over, dropped weapons, did whatever they did in the Catters, right? And I ended up coming second. But to come second in this invitational was like a major achievement for anyone, let alone someone that weren't at their level type thing. But they messed up. I did better than them on the night because they messed up. And at the end of the day, the fact we beat Germany, maybe Germany were off today, I don't care, right? I don't care that France, I listened to what, I don't know if it was Roy Keane who said it, or it might have been Jose Mourinho. Like, France started celebrating when they went 3-1 up. And to be honest with you, I watched the game back last night. I got AC Milan vibes. Vibes. They look too confident at 3-0 and they stop playing. That ain't England's fault if it opens up the gateway to maybe winning this tournament. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, it's like 2004 Athens Olympics. I remember it was one of the first relays that I remember, and it was obviously Great Britain's there and America. And this is USA when they've got more. I don't know, Maurice Green. And they've got and I can't remember the 200-meter run that has some top sprinters. And England had the likes of Marlon Devonish. I think Dwayne Chambers was there. Mark Lewis Francis, etc. England ain't gonna beat them, innit? But it's a relay. Anything can happen. If the best team drops the baton, then the best team won't win. You just have to make sure you do your job. And I think USA had these bad changeovers, and Britain won. And I remember I was young, 2004, so I was 13 years old. And I was like, England only won. Well, Britain, only won because USA messed up the turnover. And I remember someone was there, it could have been my dad, I don't know who it was, saying, well, that's the game. This is the game. You have to make sure the baton gets around smoothly. You can't control anyone else. And if USA mess up their turnover and they don't win it, that's not England's fault. Britain go and win the gold medal, and nobody cares after that. So it's, there's a winner at the end. So it's no one's fault. It's no one's problem. If England get to the semis, finals, I say, oh yeah, but you only have to play Denmark, you only have to play Ukraine, and you only have to play. Well, then Netherlands should have won. Maybe Portugal shouldn't have come third in their group, etc., etc. All of that can be said in there, and you can only go out and do your job. And that's why I said from the start of the tournament, talk about England finishing second to play XYZ. No, go out and win your games and see where it lies.
Exactly. And you know what it's like with, but that's why I was happy we had Germany tonight and we beat them, because we've beaten one of the favored nations and no one predicted us to win tonight. Everyone was against us. And that isn't an England fan, really and truly, that I spoke to, and it was brilliant to say, look, it doesn't mean we're going to win it from here. We know we've got to play good in our next 2 games to even make the final. And then in the final, we are playing Spain, Italy, or Belgium, in my opinion, and none of those teams are going to be easy. And do you know what I mean? None of them are going to be easy. So England, in my opinion, cannot win this without being good in the next 2 games, and without beating another top nation in the final. So there's no trying to play it down. And one of the reasons I want it as well is because it hopefully for the next 30 years, and by then I probably would have retired, there's no more slander towards my country, because it's just like, we've done it now. Let's do it. And my only fear is this, though, Kesh. It's coming home, right? It's from the song Three Lions. 30 years of hurt, 40 years of hurt, nearly 60 years of hurt. If we win this, what happens to that song? Because that song's because it's about hurt. There's got to be a new. Badil and Skinner got to bring a new one out, haven't they?
Got to bring a remix, bro. The happy version.
Yeah, we've got to, because that's what fires me on. It's the hurt. It's the hurt of not doing it. But listen, we've got a long way to go. Yeah, I am getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna calm down now. Let's bring some more callers on. We're gonna get man like Donny James, the roller coaster king, the single merchant in the house. What you saying, bro?
Why are you doing like that?
What was that performance? That was amazing. I thought I celebrated my birthday yesterday, but that's 2 birthdays today. That was unbelievable. Harry Kane with a brilliant performance in that second half to try and get that goal. Raheem Sterling, you know what? I've criticised Sterling so many times about him taking too many touches, about him losing the ball. But I'll tell you something now. In that second half especially, he stepped up big time today. If anyone can be changed out of that front 3, it's Saka off for Grealish. But Saka still had a brilliant performance today. I think Rice and Phillips in the midfield brought some assurity. I think Rice had a better performance than Phillips, but I personally feel like they both offered something. I think Shaw and Kieran triple little like fantastic on the wing backs was brilliant. I think Stones and Maguire were excellent. If Harry Maguire's nickname's the fridge, then Germany got defrosted. I think Walker in the back 3 was unbelievable. I think Pickford, he saves Merseyside for a living. Now he saves England for a living. Pickford was unbelievable. And bearing in mind, we've kept every game a clean sheet so far in this competition. So far. That takes some guts from our defence and our goalkeepers. So Germany look to shelve their former self. There's a reason why Timo Werner's nickname is Rosie, because that's where his shots go. Kai Havertz is overrated. Thomas Muller still can't score in a competition, still can't turn up. Robin Gosens, Leicester fans, enjoy Gosens. That's what you're getting. I think, oh my God, Kimmich, is he still wondering whether Bayern Munich's getting the title next season? Is that why he didn't turn up today? Antonio Rudiger, too busy looking after his face mask. I think Manuel Neuer, he put out some good saves, and I think he's been let down, to be honest, by some of his teammates. But Germany got a Frankfurt shoved up their backside today, and they got offered a complimentary Oktoberfest beer cart. That was unbelievable from England today. We go on to the next round. Donny's got a loan signing coming this week. Big up the 3
Hang on, though. It was an announcement today because Kendall put it in a group chat. Donny, you're playing Newcastle at pre-season, right? Yeah. I'm calling it now. I think you and Kendall, drinks and dinner before the game, right?
Well, I replied to Kendall on Twitter and I said, if you're coming down to Keep, I'll meet up with you and do a match vlog before the match.
No, make it happen. Dinner and drinks, I will pay.
Fair enough. Go for it.
Dinner and drinks, I will pay. I'm
Come
paying.
outside, Kendall. Come outside.
I'm paying. Man, like Donny James, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Do you know what we're gonna do as well? You and Kendall go out, right? Nice little picture together, and then we're gonna send it to your ex. We're gonna send it to your ex. That's what we're gonna do. We got levels, bro. Levels, bro. We're gonna say Donny James.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I bet you are. Listen, mate, thanks for coming on, having your say. I'll speak to you soon. It's just dinner, though, Johnny James. Just dinner. It's just a dinner and a picture. That's what I'm saying. It's just dinner and a picture. And by the way, Kendall has to agree to that. I have no control. Just saying I'm offering here. Bryant's with us. Football Terrace original. What you saying, Brian? All the way from the United States of America.
Oh man, England fans, you got to be in dreamland right now. That was a great performance. I thought they looked excellent. You know, some frustrating moments and bits from some of your better players, but you know, I thought that the way that Southgate set them up and the way they carried out that plan, as frustrating as it might be to watch as fans, it worked. You know, and I think that we tend to in this current day and age of football Twitter, we tend to put too much pressure and weight and stake on starting lineups. But because if the lineup doesn't have the player that we like, or the lineup doesn't have the particular look that we want, we immediately write it off as being ineffective before a ball is kicked, and not give opportunities for players who can make an impact, like Grealish, like Foden, like Rashford, like Sancho, to come in and do what they've been asked by the manager to do. So I think it would be much better for fans to just really give those opportunities for those plans to work. And if they work, praise the manager, praise the players. If they don't work, criticize the manager, criticize the players. But England have a lot of options. They're strong, and the table favors them. They could go far. Today was a really good performance.
110%, mate. I think you're right. Starting lineups, as I said already, like, you know, 4-2-3-1s and 4-3-3s. I don't care. They all, for me, they feel like almost the same thing, depending on when. I remember last night, I can't even name the people because they're going to get angry. Oh, have you seen how high Pog was playing? I wish Pog was playing this high. It was like 5-6 minutes when there was a hole for him to sit in, and then he went deeper again. It's like people get so like gassed over weird stuff in football these days. It's freaking believable. Bryant, thanks for calling in, mate, and having your say. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, panelists, boys and girls, children of all ages, to D-Generation X. I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid. Big shout out to you, Lincoln. I know you're watching. It's been a good night tonight. England win 2-0. We beat the Germans in a knockout game. We go through to the quarterfinals. Kendall and Donny James are set up on a date in Doncaster. Kesh is happy. Tom's happy. Tom's in the group chat now as well. He's come of age. Neeks is here. Igal turned up. He's slowly creeped off. I didn't even see him leave. He's gone. He's gutted. Igal Tack's in the house. Man like KJ's here. Midnight Vibes tomorrow, KJ? I don't know where he's gone.
Hell yeah, baby. Let's go, man.
Listen, everyone who's tuned in, a massive thank you. Please make sure you hit that like button and you subscribe before leaving. Turn on the bell notifications. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. We'll see you all soon.